That was sad. That was sad. What a hit. Unfortunate the way that spurned out as well with the young keeper there moving along and the story that is being told right now. But let's hope that Paulie gets back. I'd say probably 6 weeks away. And class act, Rob McElhenney and obviously Ryan Reynolds sticking behind our man, not looking automatically to get something in straight away and figuring out as we move will be dictated. But Paulie Mullin on the mend. Got to say, what a smack he took. But anyway, welcome in. It is the first game number 1. I tell you what, League 2. Who would have thought that had happened? Eh? For so long, National League was where it was at. And league football, like I remember, and like a lot of you remember, and I know you do, was a long way back, 14 to 15 years now moving through, right? So, long time. But now it's back. We get to see every game. Now, I'll tell you what, we're going to get through the pre-game pretty swiftly. The game's coming off. Next up is the MK Dons, Milton Keynes Dons. They were formed in 2004, if you didn't know. Worldwide Wrexham fans. Remember, I dropped tidbits for the worldwide Wrexham fans who don't know as much about Wrexham AFC as possibly you do, because you're the expert, right? So what I'm saying is, every time I drop some information, it's for everybody, even the worldwide Wrexham fans who don't know so much. But anyway, we've got to say, the game's coming off at the Wrexham ground, North Wales, in Wrexham, North Wales. And got to say, welcome back, everybody. Really, it's good to be here. On the game, on the pre-game, we're going to be talking about club news pretty soon. We're going to be talking about where the clubs are, who the clubs are. Then I'm going to talk about MK Dons, Milton Keynes Dons, Danger Men. And I'll talk about what I feel their club is at the moment, considering where we are at the moment and the game coming up on the weekend. I'll give you my take on that. So I'll tell you what, without any messing around, big welcome back in. It's fantastic that you're there. Drop your comments like you do. Spread it around like you do. Get all the Wrexham family back on board. Now the games are coming thick and fast. And here's some club news. Time for some club news now. As you can see, the grey goalkeeper kit is online and in a store from 9 a.m. on Friday, August 4th for sale. I want to bring something to your attention, though, guys. Look at that badge. You see that badge? You see the stitching? You see the way it's pulling? Look at that badge. When you go to buy that shirt, check the badge out, just in case. I'm saying buyer beware. That doesn't look like top quality for me. It's just the badge is not sitted and not stitched correctly. I hope that's not indicative of all the grey shirts. Buyer beware. Also, some other news as well. Floodlights. MK Dons this Saturday, August the 5th. Well, the floodlights are going to be operational for the MK Dons game. There's 2 bits of Wrexham news. Now let's take a look at what's coming up next. So there you go. Beware about the shirt. I'm not being picky, but I think when I'm spending my money and you're spending your money, we need to be picky. I mean, let's face it, money doesn't grow on trees, as they say, so I'm looking out for you. I'm not looking at the club and saying, what kind of quality is this? That's not what I'm saying. I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for me, because when I buy stuff all around the world, I always see bad quality, and it just makes me shy away. Anyway, clubs in League 2, worldwide Wrexham fans as well, especially worldwide Wrexham fans, and you Wrexham fans, you super Wrexham fans, you're going to enjoy this one too. The next little thing is called Where Are the Clubs? And Where Are the Clubs is where are the clubs located as in respect to Wrexham. Take a look. Back in a while. And for the benefit of worldwide Wrexham fans, not necessarily the expertise Wrexham fans from Wrexham, but worldwide Wrexham fans might not know where all the clubs are. That's why we're going to let you know. So looking in on the map, well, you can see where Wrexham are. The first game of the season is against MK Dons. They're travelling from there to the racecourse ground for Saturday, the 5th of August. Now, looking at the rest of the clubs, here's a grouping for you. In that grouping there, nice short travels for Wrexham, home and away. 14 teams play in that zone. Looking at the south portion, well, there's only 9 teams that play in that zone, so there's a lot fewer trips further south, but a lot more trips local to Wrexham. So there you go. That's where the teams are. That's where we got to travel to and from, and that's how it shares, 14 to 9, the teams north and south. So there you go. That's where are the clubs. Now, swift turn, not messing around. Let's take a look at who are the clubs, and you're going to love this one. Well, guys, before the league season gets underway, for the benefit of worldwide Wrexham fans, I thought it would be a great time to let you know who we're going to be playing, the names, the stadiums, the nicknames, and when they were founded. First image you can see there, MK Dons. We've got 5 more images coming, but MK Dons will be at the racecourse ground this weekend. Next group of 4. Take a feast, have a look, memorise before we move along, as we do right now. There's another group of 4 teams in League 2 that Wrexham will be taking on, home and away. And home and away, one of those teams you'll know very well, and that's Notts County, top left. Yes, the Magpies from Meadow Lane, founded 1862, not 1864. Next along, your next group of 4, Accrington Stanley, brilliant team from the history, Bradford, AFC Wimbledon, Barrow AFC. Let's move along to the final one. You've got Tranmere Rovers, Walsall, and down at the bottom there, which we hope will be on top of the table at the end of the season, Wrexham at the racecourse ground. So there you go. Who are the clubs? Hope you enjoyed that one. Now, let's take a look at MK Dons right at the moment, with them coming up on the weekend. Don't need to talk too much about us because you know about us already. MK Dons, relegated last year, spent a few years in League One, predominantly a League One club, if you have to say. Yes, they did play one season in the Championship. They finished 23rd and went straight down. And League One, they went for a season, and another season after that, 2 years later, boom, they went down again. But they did go straight back up to League One. So like I say, MK Dons, Milton Keynes Dons, is predominantly what you would call a League One club. We should be aware that these guys are aware of League One quality football. So we're in League 2. They should be decent all around the field, seeing as they've tasted higher level football. But don't forget, last year, Sheffield United, we battled them no problem. Remember? Just gives you an idea where things are sitting. So predominantly a League One club all their time. And I got to say, my take on the battle of the game is that you got to look at some of the dangermen. And looking at the dangermen, I got to say, there's only a couple that really we need to worry about. The first one would be Mohamed Isa, 28-year-old. Decent striker, 32 games last year, got 11 goals on a team that was failing, remember? Career for MK Dons is 67 games, 23 goals. So he knows where the back of the net is. It doesn't all look that good for MK Dons. Just don't get too worried about it, Wrexham fans. Next one up is Daniel Harvey, midfielder, 34 games last year, 3 goals. You got to say, on the career, 106 games, 7 goals. Then there's 24-year-old Jonathan Lako, 24-year-old. Came from Charlton. Prior to that was with Birmingham. Last year, 18-4. So there's another guy that, if hits form, could be dangerous, yeah? Did have a little bit of a whisper with the England youth teams as well. So it's surprising where this kid's ended up at 24-year-old, not going where he thought he would. But like I say, if he lights it up and re-erects and resurrects the career, you never know. And then really, I got to say, looking through the squad, I don't see a lot of real creativity. I see more of a defensive posture, and I think they're going to be stuck in their half, and it's a real possession game that they're all about. They're not going to burn the door down. They're not going to knock the door down. They're going to come as a team, move up and down the field, and basically, I'm not saying that they're a toothless tiger, but when you look at the numbers up front, they really don't have much to offer. Hence, that's why they got relegated last year. There's been a few changes in the team since last season, but not wholesale. It's pretty much what you got with last year is what you got with this year. A few changes per se. But they're looking, I would say, in my opinion, to literally stop the slide, rebuild, and mount a challenge at getting back into League One. Because remember, predominantly, MK Dons is a League One team. Dangerman, you know all about it. Now, here's a few things. In this game coming up, I think there is a chance we can get a result. There's no doubt about it. We can get a result. At the end of the day, I got to think that they're going to come at us. They're going to look at us as to make the moves, and rightfully so. We're the home team. Not necessarily do we need to entertain them. We need to entertain the crowd, obviously. But I got to say, it looks like, for me, the passing game, the experience, the fitness level, what the team's been through, the absolute ride and the journey that this club and the fans and worldwide Wrexham fans are all on. The pressure on this team is massive. Absolutely massive. I don't think there's any League Two club with more pressure on it. I'm going to quote you something right now. Wrexham is a target. Every game versus every team, it's an absolute cup final. Every game, that's every game, Wrexham has that pressure. And you know why? Because Wrexham has excelled so fast, so quickly. And you've got 2 famous owners as well. So believe it or not, the team with the most pressure on it right now, moving forward, is absolutely Wrexham AFC. There's not another team in the league that can have or hold or use or keep the pressure that Wrexham has. Because believe it or not, I firmly believe that the pressure aimed and levied at the Wrexham team is used. They use that energy against everything that comes their way. So just know that every game is like a cup final. Wrexham is the ultimate target. Everybody wants to beat Wrexham. Everybody wants to beat Wrexham, yeah? So it's going to be a long season. Every point matters. Enjoy the ride. It's finally here. I'm pinching myself. I enjoyed the pre-season. I enjoyed everything that we did. I think we've got a team set up for it. Phil Parkinson knows exactly what he's doing. He's been in league football before, remember? So Phil knows what to do. Come back for the post-game, but I got to tell you guys, I'm really looking forward to game one. I'm all linked up, ready to go. The channels are ready. And hey, get ready to let yourself go one more time for another big season. But this time, it's not National League, it's League Two. Let's have it. Cheers.